Have you ever heard of the term paralysis or sleep paralysis? The differences in between them, how they correlate, do they correlate? Let's talk about it. Paralysis is the loss of muscle strength in part or all of the body. It can affect one or more muscle groups and may be temporary or permanent. Paralysis occurs when there's a disruption in the nerves that can control voluntary muscles or within the muscles themselves. In many cases, paralysis is accompanied by changes in sensation, reflexes, and atomic functions, depending on the underlying cause and the level of nervous system involvement. Now, sleep paralysis is generally harmless and episodic. And even though it is distressing, it is more common in people with irregular sleep schedules. Now, I would never forget having this experience, right? And what made me decide to look into it and where did it stem from is because I had the experience myself. Now, before, I had no idea that it had to do with the nervous system. You know what I'm saying? And so, because of my spiritual walk, I automatically felt it to be exactly what I envisioned it to be. You know what I'm saying? Which was, it felt like a being was, standing on my chest, right? And they would proceed to choke this part of the neck to the point where it almost impedes breathing, which is pretty crazy because I remember this like it was yesterday. And it's a scary feeling, especially when you don't know what's happening, because it was like they was trying to impede breathing while muffling my speech, so I couldn't really get nothing out. And I remember that was devastating to me because at the time I'm like, what in the world? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the only thing that allowed me to free myself of this sense of, bondage, even though it was temporary, was when I said the word Jesus. And, everybody is different, but I remember that like yesterday. It used to be scary, and it only took place at the darkest hour of the morning, right? It'll be between the hours of 3 a.m. and like 4:30. And I'll never forget, my house used to feel eerie. Like, you could almost feel the presence of some other being moving in the house, right? And when I tell you, that was a scary feeling, but in the spirit world, I feel like I was being challenged to face the dark world, whatever that might have consisted of, right? Usually when I have these experiences, I usually go on YouTube and I look up the meaning. And what was revealed to me was that the dark world didn't want me to speak. And that was an awakening moment for me, because I had no idea that what I had to say could propose such a threat that the spirit world is threatened. And their goal is to try to stop me from speaking. Now, I'm still in my journey. It takes a minute for a man to find his purpose in this world, right? But a lot of things is starting to come to fruition now mentally that is pretty mind-blowing. And the creator he's at the top of it all, you know what I'm saying? And I say all this to say, you have a gift, you have a gift. It takes a minute before you find your gift. And that goes for us all, right? But just look at the ups and downs as a learning experience. And if you're obedient enough, you would be guided to something amazing with regards to your purpose, right? But take it all as a learning experience. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? The Bible say, get wisdom, and in all thy gettings, get understanding. Don't say I never gave y'all no game.
Your Honor, I speak on behalf of the lost, on behalf of the little nigga trying to get a Porsche.